It's great to have your company on Racing Dreams. It's great to be back and a very exciting time of the year with the Spring Carnival just a couple of weeks away.
Daily Telegraph journalist Shane O'Cass joins us from the newsroom. Good morning to you, Shane. It is so lovely to have you on the show with us this season.
Well, it's great to be here, Julie. Morning, Timmy. As you say, Julie, 49 days to go until the big one. Look, there'll be a lot of slot holders watching what's been happening at the trials and certainly what's going to be happening in the races in the weeks to come, because there's only 4 horses that are confirmed runners in the Everest, so we've got 8 more slots available. I'm sure these slot holders would have horses as possibles and probables, but look, you don't want to leave it too late and be left without a chair when the music stops.
Oh, absolutely. That happened to me a bit at parties, as you'd imagine. Even at blue light discos, I missed out a lot. Don't you worry. Never got a dance. But let's have a look at the Everest field as it stands at the moment.
Okay, well...
Because we've got 4, as you mentioned. Giga Kick is back in with James Harron. Marzu, apparently, according to Peter Snowden's put on 45 kilos and looking fantastic. There we have it there. And, Think About It, of course, is there with Joe Pride. We're going to hear more from him. And I Wish I Win as well.
Well, I think the 2 horses that are most likely to win the race are already there. That's I Wish I Win and last year's winner, Giga Kick. They were certainties to make the field. I think John Massara's strategy of booking Marzu for 2 years in a row was a good one, because look, he's a very tradesman-like horse more than a showman. He's very consistent, and look, whether he's an Everest sort of a chance to win, I'm not sure, but he'll probably beat more horses home than beat him. And with the prize money structure the way it is, that's all you really need. So look, Marzu's a very reliable horse. I think Giga Kick is still the horse to beat, but I Wish I Win. The sectionals that this horse can run at the top level off a fast pace, I mean, it makes him an absolute, genuine top 2 chance.
Mm.
And Shane, trainer Matt Smith might be making his Everest debut. There's a little bit of chat around this one.
Well, yeah, Matt's got Buenas Noches, who's a horse that won his debut at the midweeks at Canterbury. It was very impressive, and that was only 12 months ago. And we're looking 12 months and 2 weeks later. He's being talked about as an Everest horse, and I think he should be there. I mean, he's run second to Giga Kick, beaten a nose in the Danehill Stakes at Flemington, and obviously Giga Kick's an Everest winner and is favourite to win this year. You see, Buenas Noches won last week in the Show County. Now, obviously, he wasn't 100% wound up for that race. He's got grand finals to come. But the way that he did it, albeit against horses that people are saying are inferior, which is all well and good, but it shows that he's back, and I think that's all that Matt Smith would have wanted to see. He's a beautiful horse. He's proven at the top level, not necessarily Everest level, apart from the Giga Kick run. But look, I think he should be there on the day. I mean, if he's not in the top 12 sprinters at the moment, I'd be very surprised.
Look, for people in the Racing Dreams family, and we are a family, we've been here for a while now, looking at you, this is Shane O'Cass on TV debut, and he's absolutely nailing it. Nailing it. 10 out of 10 from every judge. Now, I will ask you this next question, because we're starting to see these Broadway acts come back, and that trial during the week with Marzu, with Nature Strip. How good does Nature Strip look at 9 years of age?
He looked fantastic, didn't he? I mean, that's how Nature Strip trials. He's been doing that his whole life. I mean, you'd expect him to do that, but the fact that he did it is obviously a great positive for Chris Waller. He just looks so good on the move, the horse. He's a 9-year-old now. Look, I don't like to say, it's quite disrespectful to Nature Strip to say that he has to prove himself to get into the Everest field. I mean, he's been in the last 4 of them and he's won 1 of them. But look, it's not a lap of honour for the horse. He has to do something next week in the Concorde, which I think he will. But I'm sure Chris Waller, even though he'd have a fair idea of how the horse is going, there's nothing like race pressure, and to do that in a trial's all well and good. It's very encouraging for everybody, but look, if he didn't run well in the Concorde, he could be in a little bit of strife. He could miss out on the run, but if he runs well, he's such a proven horse on the big stage. You couldn't imagine an Everest without Nature Strip.
Well, speaking about Everest winners, Classique Legend is entering a new era in his life. He has retired this week. Les Bridge saying he doesn't believe we really saw the best of him.
Well, that's right. I mean, despite the fact that he won $10 million and he won an Everest, he just had a few little problems, mainly with the tendon, and that's sort of plagued him late in his career. He went to Hong Kong, didn't quite work out for him. But look, the main thing is the horse is well. He's going to be very happy for the rest of his life. Kieran McAvoy's got a property at the Central Coast, and he's going to take the horse up there. He'll be obviously very well fed, and he'll be ridden every day. Kieran's got little kids that love the horse, and apparently he's got such a great nature that look, even I could probably ride him. So he's going to have a good life. That's what he deserves. And gee, was a good horse. That Everest win was one of the best.
Oh yeah, and the confidence of the wily trainer before Les Bridge saying he'll just win it, and a beautiful, beautiful racehorse, and great to see that he's going to end up with the McAvoy kids. They're a great gang. Now, Black Caviar welcomed her foal to Autumn Sun this week.
Yes, well, look, I don't want to show up anyone's age, but Black Caviar's 17 years old now, and this is her 8th foal. I mean, it was just like yesterday that we were watching her going around in Royal Ascot and beating Haylist at Randwick. But there's a lot of expectation on this young horse, obviously. His mother was a champion. He's by the Autumn Sun, who's on his way to being probably a champion stallion. So a long way to go for this horse. I must say, she hasn't been a great producer so far in terms of she hasn't ever thrown one half as good as herself, but she wouldn't be alone there. It's very difficult for a mare. You only get one foal a year, and to be a stakes winner is not easy. So look, he's got every chance in life. He's in a good system. He'll have a great trainer. He's obviously a good little type with a great pedigree. So look, let's wish him well. If he'll be the most talked about horse already, and who knows, maybe one day he'll be racing against Winx's foal. So that'd be something to see.
You just never know. Shane O'Cass, an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. What a debut from you. Well done. Thank you so much.
Too kind. Have a great day, everyone.
Nailed it.
This racing update is brought to you by Bet365, the world's favourite online betting brand.
Imagine what you could be buying instead.